Hey friends, welcome back to my channel Organized with Joy. For today's video, I am sharing with you a challenge that I did in the month of January. It is a decluttering challenge, and it is actually a collaboration organized by my friend Melinda from the channel Melinda Plain and Simple, and it is called Pick Your Number Declutter Challenge. And so everyone that is participating in this challenge gets to choose whatever number of items per day that they want to declutter in the month of January. I chose to declutter 10 items per day, and if you missed it, I did already share on my channel a video where I showed everything that I decluttered for days 1 and 2, but I did want to show you what I was decluttering for the rest of the month. So without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, here are my 10 items for day 3. This is actually really a lot of trash except for these 2 shirts. So I have those 2 shirts. I actually a few months ago did a declutter in my closet, and these were some shirts I was on the fence about, and I asked for opinions in that video, and pretty much unanimously people agreed that these did not fit me properly, so I'm gonna let those go. I have 2 candles that I used up completely this fall. I sometimes save these jars and clean them out, but I'm choosing not to do that. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter them. Here I have these notebooks where I used to keep YouTube ideas. This was for Thoughtful Thursday ideas, and this was for general YouTube ideas, but my husband did get me a device for Christmas. It's called a Remarkable, and it's basically like a digital notepad where I can store things more easily without all these notepads lying around. And then this was my 2022 planner, which I obviously no longer need. I have a few more things here. I have a business card from a company that wanted to inspect our roof. I took his business card, but I'm not really interested in that. And then I got a Yeti cup for Christmas, and I saved it just to learn how to use the lid portion. And now I've got that figured out, so I don't need that anymore. And then same with this quick start guide. This was for that Remarkable digital notebook that I was just talking about. I read through this and I understand how to use it now, so that is going to go too. Okay friends, today is day 4 of the decluttering challenge, and I have a few pair of shorts, some bathing suits, and some t-shirts. I was cleaning out my dresser this past week, and these are just items that I don't wear as often, and I'm trying to downsize my wardrobe as much as possible. Okay friends, we're on day 5, and this is one item, these gloves. I had purchased them at like Party City for an event that I went to where I dressed up like I was in the 80s. And speaking of these gloves, something else I got rid of that are similar to this is something called hander pants. I will have to insert a picture because I no longer have them. They are something that I got at a white elephant party several years ago, and I had a friend who texted me asking about ideas for white elephant gifts, and I told her I had these hander pants. Did she want them? She was laughing so hard and said, yes, I want the hander pants. So these gloves and those hander pants are going. And then over here, I have a couple of Starbucks gift cards that my parents got me for my birthday, and I went ahead and loaded those onto my Starbucks app, so those are gonna go. I purchased a new set of headphones since my previous headphones died, and this is the touch controls. I think I've got that figured out now. And then this is just a bill that I paid and is done. These are Shaper undergarments, and I wore them one time and decided it was definitely not worth it. And then I have a couple of notebooks that I'm getting rid of, and I just don't really use them now that I have that Remarkable tablet that I told you about the other day. And then I apologize if anyone is offended by this, but I do throw away all of the Christmas cards I receive at the end of the season. So I do have a stack of Christmas cards. I'm counting this stack as 1. Okay friends, I decided to show my face for day 6 and 7 because I was here in my laundry room doing a deep clean and declutter, and that video is already up on my channel. I can link it in the cards and down in my description box below if you would like to see that process. But I did want to share with you in detail everything that I'm getting rid of from this space. And the first thing is this box. I think I kept it so I knew what type of light bulbs I had in our kitchen, but I'm just not going to worry about it. I feel like this is bulky and it needs to go. And then I have this color of stain that I did not use. I think I had a few stains that I was using. I was trying to see which one I liked, and I didn't like this one, so I'm just gonna let that go. I also have some paint. The reason why I'm letting them go, this one feels completely empty, but all of the rest of these, oh actually this one is pretty much empty as well. But the rest of them are really old, and so if I did need to use this paint again, I don't think it would be good to use. So what I did is I took a picture of the top so that I would know exactly what color and the SKU for Home Depot, and then I have written on the tag exactly what room or what space it is for. So I have that on my camera roll so I can let all of these things go. I also have a couple of random tools, I guess. Well, Allen wrench and some screws. There's several screws in there. I'm counting this as 1, but I don't even know what those go to. And I think I've decided I don't want to keep Allen wrenches. I actually have a set of Allen wrenches, so it should be fine. These are extra end pieces for my headphones. I don't need this size. This is the largest size and it does not fit in my ears, so I'm gonna let those go. These are loose, so I'm counting them each as one individual thing. So this is 3 items. I think these belonged with a chandelier that we used to have in our home, but we no longer have in our home. And then I have more light bulbs, and I'm counting each package as 1. And these, I think I purchased packages of them because we used to have these little candle lights that had light bulbs in them for Christmas that I put in each one of our windows, but I ended up deciding to declutter those a couple of years ago. Some of them were falling apart. I don't think I need this many night light bulbs. I have 2 ping pong paddles. I'm counting each one as 1. So this is 2 items. We used to own a ping pong table, but it did break, and so we decided to get rid of it. I'm not really sure why I kept the paddles. I guess I thought we could use them in some other way, but we just don't. They've just been sitting in a drawer here in the laundry room for the last several years. There's this random piece, I believe it goes to our steam vacuum, but clearly I don't use it because I use my steam vacuum and this has been in that drawer for quite a while, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And then I have 3 bags that I'm letting go of. I'll probably use this to take some stuff to the donation center. And then I have just a reusable plastic bag. And then I also have this bag, which I debated because it's kind of nice. Probably some product came in it, but I decided that I was gonna go ahead and let that go as well. Okay friends, for day 8 and 9, I am out in the garage, and that's because I just decluttered my storage closet, and I decluttered that lid. I don't know why I have an extra lid for that size of box, but I do. And then there's 18 of these dowel rods, 2 of these little buckets, 8 shoe size bins, and then 1 bin that's a little bit larger than shoe size. Everything that is in this bin was actually decluttered during the year 2022, but I just had not taken it to the recycle center yet. I like to have a fairly large pile because the recycle center isn't really close to our house, so it's definitely a commitment to bring stuff out there, but I am gonna go ahead and let go of that box. Okay friends, here are my items for days 10 and 11. I have an empty box that just needs to be recycled. I have some batteries and some ink cartridges that are used up and also need to be recycled. I have some Gorilla Glue that has gotten kind of like tacky and it doesn't work anymore. I have a candle that is totally gone. I have a surge protector. We have multiple of these, so we don't need another one. And then this was my son's water bottle, and he said the way it was designed, it was really hard to clean the inside of this cap, and it was making the mouth part taste really yucky. And then this mouse is broken. I have a couple of Allen wrenches, a random part, and then this is to inflate basketballs, but this particular one is broken. I have a device setup guide that we no longer need. I have this pillowcase that has some stains on it that I can't get out. And then I have some more paint, and this one is old, so I don't think it's good anymore, but I did take a picture of the SKU just so I have that for reference. And this actually isn't 20 items unless you're counting each battery and each ink cartridge. But again, I decided to say split the difference. I think it's like 17 or 18 items, but if you count each individual thing, it would obviously be a lot more. So I'm just gonna split the difference and say this is for days 10 and 11. Okay friends, here are my items for days 12 and 13. There are 20 items here. I have a lighted mirror. I replaced it with a smaller one that is battery powered, just so that it doesn't clutter up my counter so much. And then I have this mini fridge that I used for facial products, but it did stop working. I probably could troubleshoot it, but I decided, I did unplug it for a few days and then plug it back in and it still wasn't working. I decided that I was fine without this, and it was just cluttering up my counter as well in my bathroom. And then over here I just have a couple of items that I guess you could say are sentimental. This was from a conference that I went to, and we wrote something meaningful on the back, and I think I'm ready to let that go. A friend gave me this rock because she, I guess, thought I was a gracious friend, which is sweet, and I appreciated it, but I think I'm ready to let that go. And then I have a couple of rings that I don't ever wear. This is technically trash, but I kept it because it had this information about this company that sells jewelry, but I think I'm just gonna take a picture of it so I know where I got these earrings, because they are doing some meaningful work, this company. And then this is an eyeliner pencil that I do not use. And then I decided I do not need as many rubber bands as I have, so I got rid of a few. This, I had good intentions with this dental kit, but I just don't use it, and so I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. This, honestly, I was saving just so that I could smell it, because Lush discontinued this particular lotion, and I was really disappointed because I used it for years, and so it was my signature scent. But I do have the perfume and the body soap, so I don't think I need to hold on to this. It is gone now. I have two men's watches that I used to wear periodically, but honestly, I don't like things on my wrist. I definitely will not wear these watches often enough to warrant keeping them. And then I have this little dog t-shirt that I found on clearance, and I decided not to return it because it was only a couple of bucks, and this was just way too small on my dog. Apparently, I underestimate how large my little Yorkie is. And then this box came from Merit, obviously. I had some beauty products sent to me, and I loved this box. I just thought the packaging was beautiful, but there's really not a need for it, so I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. And then lastly, I have this thing called the Flip Belt, and I used to use this on runs, but it's really annoying because you have to like put your feet through it to put it on. And sometimes it like rides up on me depending on what type of shorts or leggings I'm wearing. So it's super annoying. So I replaced it with a different type of similar product where I can keep my phone and keys if I am out and about working out. Okay friends, I am here with items for days 14 and 15. I was in my bathroom today clearing out some cabinets, cleaning them out, decluttering them, and the first thing is these two glasses. One of the glasses was actually in our bathroom. My husband used it for something, but these are the last two glasses of their kind. We had like a whole set that over the years have just broke, and so I replaced them just with mason jars to drink out of because they're versatile. So these I'm gonna go ahead and let go of. I also had two stray pieces of contact paper. I'm just gonna go ahead and let them go. Hopefully I don't regret that in the future. And then I also have these plastic zipper bags that I kept because I thought they might be good for travel, but I really have not used them. So I feel like I'm gonna go ahead and let them go. I purchased a whole set of them from Amazon for using for my game cabinet, like discarding some of the boxes and putting game pieces in these bags. And it came in a set, and I think I've discussed how I do not like Amazon sets of things because I always feel like I have these random leftovers. So I'm gonna declutter those. I have a bunch of expired medicine that I'm gonna go ahead and let go of. I have this Ace bandage that is like it's starting to fall apart. I don't know, like when there's something stretchy and it starts like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it makes that crazy noise. Anyway, it is not usable. I have two other Ace bandages, will be fine. And then I am gonna go ahead and let go of this wrist brace. I hope I do not regret this. I hope one of us does not have a need for this as soon as I let this go. But it has been in our cabinet for many, many years, unused. Next up, I have this set of miniature shampoo and conditioner, but I actually have those mini travel toiletry items that are like 3 ounces or whatever for traveling on airplanes. And so I believe I have enough for all of our toiletries that I don't need to keep those. And then I have this body wash from Curology. My son used to use Curology. He doesn't anymore. This one is like almost gone, so I'm gonna go ahead and discard that one. And then lastly is this pair of pajamas. It's like a one-piece thing, and I'm not a huge fan of that. It's very difficult to use the bathroom when you're wearing this one-piece thing, so I'm just gonna go ahead and let that go because I do not wear that very often. But I counted this all up. If I count this box, even though there's individual things, as one, then altogether this is 19 items and not 20. I'm doing 10 items per day. I had a teacher that used to always say, close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and love. I'm gonna add to that. Close only counts, horseshoes, hand grenades, love, and decluttering challenges. Because again, I'm just gonna split the difference and say I've got my 20 items for days 14 and 15. Here are my items for day 16. I have 4 video game cases. We don't keep these cases, we just put them in a central case to keep them all together. And then I did end up deciding to replace my makeup brushes. And then this is a plug-in that I got at Yankee Candle, and it no longer works. I tried a couple of times to put a new plug-in in, and both times I could not smell anything, but then when I moved that same plug-in to a different wall unit, I could smell it. So I think this one is just broken, so I'm gonna let that go. And then I did find a couple more medicine items to declutter. They are expired. I didn't notice them when I was going through all of my medicine, but I needed to use this hydrocortisone cream the other day, and I was like, oh wow, that's expired. And so I looked through the creams and ointments I had and noticed these two were expired. Okay friends, I have items for days 17 and 18. And before I get into these items, I will say I have an expired debit card off camera that I decided I would not show, but that is the first item. And honestly, if you count each individual piece of paper, it is more than 20 items, but once again, I'm just splitting the difference. So I did clean out our vehicles, or go through our vehicles, and I found a stack of papers of information we no longer need. I did replace the air fresheners in both of our vehicles, so I'm throwing away those. I have a movie that we no longer will watch that I can get rid of. I also have a music CD. It's actually from my friend's band, but I can access his music digitally online, so I'm going to get rid of that. And this map was kind of hard to let go of, but I don't remember the last time we used it. It is a city map of Austin. We purchased it when we first moved here 20 years ago, so I have a feeling it's not even relevant anymore. So since I don't use it, I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. And then I had a big stack of mail, bills to pay that I needed to go through, and so I'm counting this as items leaving my home. And then I have a few random things from around the house. This lighter no longer has any lighter fluid, so it is done. And then I have this headband that is broken, and I don't really like the way it fits, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And then I have this office supply organizer that used to be on my husband's desk, but he no longer wants it or uses it, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that as well. Okay friends, here are my items for days 19 and 20. You might notice that there is definitely more than 20 CDs here, but I decided to just count it for 2 days because if I counted all of these, I think I would be done with this challenge, because there are 95 movie DVDs here to get rid of. And I do want to challenge myself to get rid of more items throughout my home. So I'm just going to count it for 2 days. I do have a handful of children's DVDs that I want my kids to decide if they want to keep any of those, particularly if they are the original. Like obviously a lot of these were just recorded, as you can tell by the handwritten on the CD. Okay friends, for day 21 I have a CD holder. This held all of the movies that we went through. We pared it down enough that we don't need this large of a CD holder. I found 2 pairs of shoelaces. I don't even know if I have these shoes anymore. I went through a box with shoe care in my closet, and I also found this leather lotion, which it's like not usable anymore. It's like dried up or something. And then I also went through the kids' CDs or DVD movies, and we found 14 to declutter. So even though that's a little bit more than 10 items for day 21, I'll just go with that. Okay friends, for day 22, I actually have 11 old insurance and prescription cards. I don't know why they sent us so many last time, but we got our new ones in the mail, and so I'm gonna go ahead and let go of these. Hey friends, for day 23, I was cleaning and decluttering my kids' bathroom, and somehow miraculously I found exactly 10 items to declutter, and so I wanted to show you. I have this bath mat. We don't really use this. We have another one that fits better in this space, and so I'm gonna let go of that. We have this little toothbrush holder that my kids get these when they go to the dentist. I don't even know what this is. Some sort of cap to something. Speaking of caps, a cap to toothpaste that did not get thrown away. Again, I don't know what this is. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that. And then I did keep this razor, but the cap to it is broken, and so it won't stick on the razor anymore, so I don't find a need to keep that. Another razor cap, just a different type. And then this, I think, held razor refills, but obviously they're all gone, so I'm gonna let go of that. And then this is some chapstick that my kids also get at their dentist, and we don't need that. And then lastly, this, I do like this toiletry bag. It belonged to my middle son, but the zipper broke on it, and so it's kind of frustrating to try to use it. So we're gonna go ahead and let go of that as well. Okay friends, here is my items for day 24. 10 items here. I cleaned out my closet today, and honestly, I thought that I was going to get 2 days worth of items from my closet declutter, but I did not. I'm even struggling about what I'm letting go of. I have a couple pairs of shoes in the back here that I still like them. I like the style, but I just don't wear them nearly as often as I wear other shoes I have in my wardrobe that are very similar. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let those go. This I was also kind of on the fence about. It is a tutu that I've worn as a costume, and I've held on to it because I thought I could use it in the future, but honestly, it's been a couple of years since I've worn it, and so I feel like it's time to let that go. And speaking of costumes, we've had these bunny ears for a very, very, very long time. I think my daughter, who is now 26, wore them when she was like 8 years old for a Halloween costume. So they're not in the best shape. They're kind of gross. So I'm gonna let those go. I have a book and then a t-shirt. And then these slippers, I absolutely love the look of these slippers, but they will not stay on my feet. Regardless of whether I'm wearing socks or barefoot, they will not stay on my feet, and it's super annoying. I purchased them so that I could wear them around the house and clean in them, but they are falling off my feet and it is frustrating. I have a couple pairs of jeans. Again, it's not that I dislike these jeans, it's just that I have so many other pairs that I wanted to let go of at least a couple of pairs. And this black pair is basically like skinny jeans, and I thought to myself, I have so many pairs of black leggings that basically look the same as wearing these black skinny jeans. And then because I was struggling today, my 10th item is just a piece of trash. It is a shoebox. I honestly would have thrown it away anyway, but since I was struggling to find 10 items, this is my 10th item. I purchased a pair of shoes recently and I need to declutter the box. Okay, here's my items for day 25. First of all, we have this very dirty, deflated bouncy ball that I found in our backyard. I also found this broken tennis ball in our backyard, both of which have seen better days. This is a refrigerator part that needed to be replaced on our refrigerator, and while I would easily and ordinarily just get rid of this, I thought I would count it in today's grouping just because I needed another number. Let's be real. I have these hooks. I don't even remember what I purchased them for. It was a very long time ago, and I've just had them sitting in a basket. And I finally decided to let them go, and I'm gonna go ahead and count each hook and the screw and anchor. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is 4 separate things. And then I went through some of my dog's toys, and I found this broken miniature tennis ball, this rope toy, and then this is obviously not really a dog toy. He somehow got a hold of a funnel. But I haven't seen him play with any of these things in a while. Okay, I went through my kitchen and found items for days 26 and 27. First, we have some instructions we don't need. This miniature rolling pin, I'm not sure why I had kept it. I think it actually went with a Play-Doh set, but I'm gonna go ahead and let that go. This reusable bag, I have several of these, and this one, I just don't like the size of it. It's a very awkward size. I have these sprinkles and stuff to put on cookies for Christmas time, and I bought these a few years ago, and we didn't even use them this year, or this past Christmas, so I'm gonna let those go. I know that I said I should not get rid of cups, but I decided to get rid of plastic cups, and so I'm getting rid of those. And then these are just, well, this one's expired, and then the other one, both of them, I don't know why I purchased them because I'm not using them. Here I have these tips for metal straws that we don't use. And then this is the back to a little remote that I ended up already getting rid of, and it was just in a kitchen drawer. And then of course I have a bunch of these twist ties that we don't ever use. And then lastly, I have this dog bone. This is random and weird, but it came in a pack of 2, and we gave our dog the first one, and he was very territorial and mean, and I did not like how he behaved with it, and it took him a really long time to eat through it since it's big. So I'm just gonna pass that on to another dog. But this is actually 17 items if you group this together as one item, but I'm just gonna go ahead and count this as 4 items instead to meet my 10 items per day. So that's 20 items for days 26 and 27. Okay friends, here I am with actually 3 days worth of items. I hit the jackpot and I found an old computer bag of my husband's that had a bunch of stuff that were gross, expired, etc. And I already had accumulated a small pile of stuff before I found that bag. So here I have a headband. I already have another headband that I use when I wash my face and put on makeup. So I don't know why I need 2. I decided just go ahead and get rid of that. I have more paint. This paint, we don't even have this color on our house anymore. This was an exterior paint color before we got our house painted last spring. And then these are just more paint that is like very old. I actually kept one can of this particular type of paint just to have a reference of what we use to paint our trim and wainscoting. But I'm gonna get rid of this other can because that was painted like 12 years ago now. So I found a few things, like I mentioned, in one of my husband's computer bags. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of this pad of paper. It has seen better days. A couple supplement bottles, a couple of medication, which I don't even know what that is. This looks like maybe a key to a hotel room. A bunch of pens. Oh, by the way, so my husband used to travel a lot for his job, and so that's what that is from. A pack of gum, which again, this stuff is really old, and so I'm just gonna throw that away. I don't think that's good anymore. Same with this hydrator. It's electrolyte drink. And then this badge thing, I think he has another one because again, I feel like he hasn't touched any of this stuff that was in this old computer bag in years. And a very old protein bar. A handful of earplugs, which we have a ton of brand new earplugs, so we don't need those. A random SD adapter. Some sort of loyalty card for a place that I don't even know what that is. And then this is some business cards from his previous job, so he definitely doesn't need those. If you count each individual one of these earplugs, all of this comes up to more than 30 items. And I almost feel like I'm cheating. When I found this bag, I like literally almost started jumping for joy. I was so excited. I was like, yes, a decluttering dream. Okay friends, you might have noticed that I accidentally recorded items for day 27 twice. So I actually got 10 extra items out of this decluttering challenge. I thought that I had not recorded day 27 yet, and I had not referred to where I was keeping track, but then when I went to look, I was like, oh, I guess I already did day 27. So that's amazing that I got an extra 10 items. But I did want to share with you one of the reasons why I like doing decluttering challenges is because it really pushes me to think outside of the box and to really be realistic with myself about those things that I've been on the fence about. I think those are the items that I tend to gravitate towards when I have to do, well, not have to, but when I want to do a decluttering challenge and I am doing a lot of decluttering at once. So I really encourage you to maybe try some sort of decluttering challenge of your own, especially if you want to get the ball rolling and you really want to declutter but you're struggling. I think a challenge is a really great way to get the ball rolling. Also, I just wanted to remind you, I do have a video where I declutter items for days 1 and 2 up on my channel, and I also have a video where I share with you the items I decluttered for days 30 and 31. So you can check out those videos. I will link them in my description box below if you would like even more decluttering motivation. And this is also a collaboration video. My friend Melinda from Melinda Plain and Simple organized this collaboration, this decluttering challenge. So I will be sure to link the playlist in my description box below as well. But thank you so much for watching this video until the end. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.